What's up, live? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all. I just came on here. Normally I do pandemic food stamps and all of that, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit for tonight and just keep it real and let you guys know who I am and what is really going on in my life. Cause I've been dealing with some stuff personally with myself, and I think I need to get this off my chest. But first of all, let's tell you about myself. Me, I am a chippy Cheerio person, right? Yeah, I am. I love life. I love family. I love food. I love to eat. I can remember back in the day when I used to love to go on G&B on 103rd Street, right? Anybody who know me know that. I love some ribs. I love some perch. I love some chicken wings. I love all of that. But anyway, let's get past that. But anyway, I just came on here to keep it real and let you guys know about my life and what's going on in my life. But to really tell you about the story that I'm really going through right now is, hey, okay, I'm working a job. Been working since I was 13 years old, really. Worked at the first White Castles that opened on 103rd and Wentworth. If you guys know me, I'm Denise. Anybody who was from 103rd and Roseland, y'all know me. Anyway, I worked at White Castles and went to Cone School. First of all, went to Langston Hughes Elementary School. Yeah, in Roseland. And my school years at Langston Hughes was pretty good, pretty cool. But then when I went to Cone School, hmm, there was some rough days over there, baby. Because I think we were the first black people in Roseland on the block. Not ashamed of that. Not ashamed to tell people that. People thought we was privileged. Yeah, thought we was privileged. Okay. And when the other people started moving into the neighborhood, they thought we were so privileged. We were so this. We were so proper. hmm You know, my brothers, they was doing their things. Especially my older brother. He was really not doing the same. He was privileged too. He was like, he got recruited from Finger High School. If you guys know about Finger High School and Aiden Smith, number 27. Number 27. Yeah, yeah. You know about that, right? If you don't, I'm here to tell you about that. Okay. He was the baddest football player that came out of Roseland on his way to the pros. But by us being so privileged and he was the baddest football player, these other people started moving into the community. Or they came out the community. I don't know where they came from, but they started hating on my brother. Anyway, so what happened was he out there and we telling him, don't play out on the field outside in the yards and stuff. You know, not even discriminating against any of the people that's playing outside or none of that, right? Because we was like a loving family. My mama was a missionary. My daddy was a minister. Okay. So my brother he was being recruited, mind you, by the highest of the highest college. Even pros. They wanted to draft him for the pros, right? Huh. But this breaks my heart so bad to talk about it because now he's no longer with us. But hmm, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad when I saw what they did to him. These jealous, hateful individuals and people. He went outside just to play one day. And these evil, vindictive people.
Red circle spicy topic. Nature boy completely loses his little bit of mind over velvet speaking of
Forget this
power.
introduction. Because my granddaughter put this on here some kind of way, somehow. I don't know how she did it, but I'll get it off later. But anyway.
App launcher. Application window.
Oh, God, are you serious? Girl.
Talk back on. Press.
Now we need to get you off of here, okay? This is the devil. The devil is a lie, and the truth ain't in it. Okay.
Is to be taken up for. YouTube. From application window. Beginning of time. Hi, Nikki. From the beginning of time, I have went slightly in on Velvet because Velvet is a gifted person. I just wanted her to leave him alone. So there's videos where I'm like telling her, no, stop this BS. But at the end of the day, was she 20 years old when she started?
Okay, so can you see how the devil trying to do stuff? The devil always in something. The devil is always in something. Oh my God. I don't know. My granddaughter went on here and put something on here.
She is a young.
No, I can't get this off of here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to let my son figure it out later. But anyways, girl, stop interrupting my freaking video.
Woman.
Don't nobody care about what you're saying at the end of the day. What the fuck?
She's a young.
And at the end of the day, get the fuck off my shit. The fuck? Can you get the fuck off my shit? Damn. At the end of the day. Anyway, let me continue on. But this bitch done threw out my whole fucking thought. My whole train of thought. Shit. Whatever the fuck that was. Anyway. But, anyways. Yes. But, as I was saying, I don't know where I left off at, but what I was saying was, shit, let me just rethink what the fuck I was saying, because I don't know what the fuck that motherfucker came here on this bullshit talking about entity, bitch, get the fuck off my fucking live, shit. Anyway, but now, motherfuckers, let me just tell you like this here. Anyway, what I was saying, I think it was about my brother. Yeah. When, we were in a predominantly white fucking community. Yeah. Us black ass motherfuckers. You know. Because my mom and dad worked all that goddamn life. 2 and 3 jobs, right? We owned a record shop on Stony Island, right? Okay. My dad was a minister, right? Okay. My mom was a missionary, right? And she's a stewardess. She was all this, right? Back in the 19 motherfucking, what was it, 60s or some shit? I think that's what it was, in the 60s, okay? And then, yeah, okay, in the 70s or some shit. Anyway, I can remember I was a little motherfucking girl. And, my soul is burning right now. I'm burning inside. Because I'm trying to tell my story. That shit hurts like a motherfucker. Because I didn't remember it at first. And a lot of my family members going to be fucking pissed off and mad at me when they see this video. But I don't give a fuck, because they never fucking backed me up. Never had my back. We never was fight family in the motherfucking goddamn first place. But I was fucking violated. Hmm. But I ain't fucking concerned with that shit no more. But I had to get over that shit. And that shit still fucking hurts me, goddammit. Believe that. I was fucking molested by a motherfucking family member. But a motherfucking gonna say, oh, you can't say this. It's not in, you can't do this. You can't do that. And talking about all the shit they say. Oh, we of God. We of this. We of that. Motherfucker, fuck you, bitches. You ain't of shit. When the fuck you know motherfucking molestation goes on in a goddamn family, bitch, kiss my motherfucking ass. And that's how the fuck I'm getting out my motherfucking chest, bitches. Yeah, I didn't remember it in the beginning, but I felt that motherfucking goddamn shit. Then my mama told me somebody touched me. And I knew who the fuck it was. I ain't gonna mention his name, because he dead and gone. What the fuck? That shit was fucking foul and wrong. That shit scarred me for life. And now I'm finna get over it though, right now. Because I'm talking about it. And the best thing for you to do, if a motherfucker fucking scarred you, talk about that shit. And put that shit behind you. Don't bury that shit. Because it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come the fuck out. Fuck, I said it's gonna come the fuck out. I don't get no fuck. He had no right to do that to me. He had no right to do that to me. And now I'm getting it out. I'm finna bury his ass. He been dead. But I'm burying the fucking shit that he did to me. I'm burying that motherfucking shit tonight. I'm burying your ass. I'm burying the shit you did to me. And the hurt and the fucking pain that he caused me. I'm burying it tonight. And I'm saying, thank God. I'm still here. I'm blessed with that. But I just don't want nobody else to go through that bullshit. That's fucking foul ass shit. And then I went through that shit. But that's just the beginning of my shit, right, y'all? There's a whole lot of other shit. Then I was raped. I was raped. Didn't tell nobody about this. I was raped. 16 years old. I was raped. I was raped at 16 years old. And ain't no motherfucker gonna believe shit I said about I was raped. Not a motherfucker. Because I ain't tell nobody. So who gonna believe that? Nobody. Until I got to be what? In my 20s or some shit. Because I told my brother back in the day, the nigga would have been dead. But I felt like it was my fault. I was like, I went, and I thought he was my boyfriend. I went, okay. And then he threw me down on the floor in the bathroom. And he raped me. But I didn't know what rape was. I knew I had been violated after I got 16, 17, when mama told me. But when I thought it was my boyfriend, I thought I was looking for love. I thought he loved me and whatever, right? But 16. And this motherfucker threw me down on the motherfucking goddamn bathroom floor. And this bitch, I can remember it today, clear as day. And that is not the only fucked up motherfucking part about this shit about me being raped. And you will say, oh, how? What can be more fucked up about you being raped? Let me tell you, motherfuckers. That motherfucker came back to me after you raped me. Raped me. Came back a couple days later said, he said, bitch, You gave me syphilis. I'm like, what? Nigga, I knew I ain't never been with nigga, I ain't never been with nobody else. How the fuck I give you anything? I says, oh, damn. That should hurt me like a motherfucker. But I said, okay, I'm gonna walk away from that. I'm 16, mind you. 16. 16 motherfucking years old. Okay. So, about like I said, I came from a privileged family. I'm privileged. I'm a privileged block. I'm privileged, right? All my friends, we privileged. And so I was privileged to know a doctor that my best friend's sister knew. I ain't gonna say his name, but we would go there and we would find out what we needed, birth control or whatever, how we can get that right or whatever. And so I went there and I told him, I said, I think I got an STD. He said, what makes you think that? I said, because the guy told me that I gave it to him. He said, okay, let's go ahead on to the table. Let's get tested, right? Hmm. So I get tested. Come back with the results. He said, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. And so the guy come back to me. I told him, I said, I ain't got nothing. I went to the doctor. I ain't got nothing. So it's, I think it's a good idea for you to go tell your girl or tell whoever else you was messing with, but I ain't got nothing. And that to God be the glory. To this day right now, I say to God be the glory. Thank you, Father God, in the name of Jesus. Okay, that's just the beginning of my story, right? So we're gonna get past that. So then I'm going to school and doing what I got to do. Trying not to have sex, trying to be a better me. Then I meet this guy. Hmm. I meet this guy, Andrew. Hmm. I meet him and he pulls up. I'll never forget it. His little red car and stuff, right? He pulls up and he approaches me and I'm talking to him or whatever, right? And so kick it and we talk and stuff. Get in the car and stuff, and then we just kicking and talking. Nothing went on or nothing like that. So I went on back in the house, and then he pulls up again. We kidding, we talking. Okay, and then nothing went on. So then he goes on home, and then mind you, Rhoda, you know who I'm talking about, Rhoda. I don't know where you at today though, but Rhoda, she comes over and tells me, "Why you messing with my man?" Oh, I said, "Girl, who?" And she told me, I said, oh, I didn't know that was your man. All I know was, he approached me and we was kicking it or whatever. I didn't know you guys were dating or however, whatever. Cause I don't mess with nobody else's man. That's not what I do. Okay. So if that's your man, take your man and go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? So he comes back over. I tells him, I said, no, we can't deal because you go a rotor. Right? He says, what you talking about? I said, you go to Rhoda. Rhoda came and approached me and said, I was messing with her man, right? Andre says, what? I said, yeah. So I told him, I said, I can't have nothing to do with you because I do not mess with other women's men. He says, okay. And he left. I said, we done. And he left. He left that day, right? Okay, it was so funny. He left that day. And so he comes back the next day. And I'm like, what are you pulling up over here for? Pulling up in his little old red car. I forgot what kind of car he had, but it was so cute. And he was so cute too. But anyway, he pulls back up in front of my mama's house in his red car. I said, what are you doing here? You know I can't talk to you. You going with Rhoda, right? He was like, I went and told that girl, me and her was never going together or whatever. But you my girl. I was like, oh, well, okay. Well, if she approached me again, then We're gonna have to handle her together at the same time. You feel me? We're gonna be right here, right? He was like, no, I told her, you my girl, right? So we was dating and stuff for like, a few months and everything, right? And I fell in love. He fell in love and all that, right? Went to his mama house. He met my parents and everything, right? Met his parents. After I found out, but he was being disrespectful to his mama, and I ain't like that. And so, man, oh my God, this is so hard for me. I don't understand how hard this is for me. But then we fell in love anyway. I got pregnant, right? This is the hardest part for me. Yes, he was a good guy. He was working and everything. And I was working. We was all good. But as I found out I was pregnant, right? It's the hardest part for me. It's the hardest thing in my life that I've ever dealt with. And I was 17, mind you. He was 19. But I told him I was pregnant. Like, I think it was like a couple days after, we hadn't talked about that situation or whatever. I don't remember, but I told him I'm pregnant. And he was like so happy. I was so happy. And then he came to the house when my parents found out that I was pregnant, right? And then he came, he sat on the couch. I remember this. It's like it was yesterday. He came, he sat on the couch. And he was talking to my dad. And he told my dad he was going to do right by me. And we was going to be married and everything and all that. It was just the beautiful day of my life. And then he left. He left. I can remember this to the day, right now to the day. I can remember the story. I'm sorry, but anyway, I can remember the story. He left. He left that night. He left that night. And I went to sleep. I lay down. Knowing I was pregnant at 17. I didn't know what I was going to do. But I knew my parents had agreed to help me and they accepted him, right? And he left that night. He left that night. Guys, he left that night. And we all went to sleep that night. And I woke up the next day. And he was coming to my parents' house where I was. He crashed. He wasn't driving, but his friend crashed into the water towers on 104th and Preston. This is you can look it up. He crashed into the wall, the brick wall. And I didn't find out this until the next day. And the next day, when I went down there and I saw it, when I saw this, I saw the blood spattered on the freaking concrete. And I was carrying our child. I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. I was like, Lord, no, Jesus, you took him away from us. He was the best thing in my life at that time, right? And I broke down so bad. Broke down so bad. Broke down so bad, guys. I broke down so bad. And then, you know what happened? I had to face reality that he was gone. And it was going to be me and my child by myself. And I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with it. I broke down. I fucking broke. I had a mental fucking breakdown, okay? A mental fucking breakdown. I'm not even gonna go through what the fuck I went through after that because I ain't gonna put this on here. But I had a fucking mental motherfucking break motherfucking down. I lost it fucking all with my child in my belly, in my motherfucking belly. Okay. I went through so much shit, so much pain. I did some shit that was unthinkable to a motherfucker in this motherfucking world. But I ain't finna share this with y'all ass. Hell no, I ain't. Cause you motherfuckers will judge me. You will fucking judge me. You will say I was fucking crazy. You will say I was wrong and all that shit. But I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you that's what happened with that story though. But anyway, we finna get back to what the fuck happened though. After that shit, after my breakdown and all my shit, that shit, right? I end up having my child. Yeah, the most beautiful blessing in the world. My son, my oldest son, was the most beautifulest blessing in the fucking world to me. But I was 18 years old, and I didn't know that. Then I had been through all this other shit. I didn't know that. So I went through a multitude of other things. I want to tell my story in the book. I want to tell my story on YouTube. I want to tell you guys everything that happened, but I don't want to motherfucking judge me for when the fuck I was motherfucking 17 motherfucking years old and when the fuck I was 5 years old when I was fucking raped because you bitches are judge motherfucker on some shit that happened when the fuck they had no goddamn control over. But anyway, because I ain't here to be paid about none of this shit. I'm just here to tell my motherfucking story. And I'm just venting because I could afford a psychiatrist. So my mama told me, she said, let's go to therapy. My mother told me this. Let me take you and get you a therapist. I said, Mama, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. But today I know. And back then I knew when I was like maybe in my 20s, I should have went to fucking therapy. Because that shit fucked me up. That shit's hindered me. That shit fucked with my kid's life. That shit fucked with my motherfucking life. That shit was fucked up. But anyway, that's just the beginning of my story. But now we're gonna get off that story. Now let me tell you what happened. After I did that, well, who can have fucking fucked up ass luck? This me, only me. Then, okay, I made the next love of my life. Past the two I had, right? My husband. Okay, how fucked up can this motherfucking shit be? I done had so much motherfucking trauma in my life, so much all kind of bullshit in my life. Then meet him. Okay, I mean, he was looking good and shit, all that shit. I'm coming from Chicago. We both want to raise in Chicago, mind you. But I'm coming from Chicago with my kids. Going back to Wisconsin, where I had relocated and made a life for me and my kids, right? Really simple. On a motherfucking train. Northwestern train at that, right? Okay. Mm. So, I mean, I see him when I see another guy with a briefcase and a suit on. But I see him. He got these finger waves and shit. He dressed to the T, to the nine and shit, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. Another guy trying to holler at me. So I'm like, now I'll pass this one up. So he walks on up to the train. I'm looking at him like, who do you think he is, right? He showed me who he thought he was. Anyway, when I got over the train though, he was like I just sat down. No, I was going up the stairs. Let's tell the story how it was. I was going up the stairs and my shoelace. Remember back in the day in the was it 80s when you had them sandals that tied all across your leg all the way to the top. So one of my shoelaces that was tied to the top had fell down. So this little slick motherfucker come up talking about, can I tie your shoe? I'm like, what? And then I look and I say, oh sure, you can tie my shoe. So he ties it up. Ties it up, right? I'm like, okay. I guess he gonna carry this baby. I got my arms too, right? And this motherfucker told me after we was then got acquainted and everything afterward, and I had to carry my child up the stairs by myself. He's like, no, I tied your shoe. I was looking at you. No, I ain't finna carry that big old heavy ass motherfucker up the stairs. But anyway, a long story short, we ended up we on a train. This is the cutest thing though. But we on a train and I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. So this nigga, like, I ain't gonna say what he was doing, but anyway, we'll say that in our book. Okay. But he ends up coming over there and sitting by me and my two kids, my two sons, mind you, I had. And then he has a little Mickey Mouse thing he had. Look at Mickey Mouse Daddy or something. Mickey Mouse figurine. And so my son, Andre, he don't like people. Cortez was mild mannered and everything. He was like, oh, okay. Whatever. But Andre never liked it. People. Okay. He ain't like nobody. But when he pulled out that Mickey Mouse out of his pocket and he gave it to Andre, Andre was like, oh, okay, cool. I can go over and sit on the side or whatever, right? He went and sit on the side. And so we sat and talked a little bit, exchanged numbers or whatever. And uh, then we get off the train. He went where he went. I went where I went. And so we went home. So he ends up coming to my house, I think the next couple days or a day or so after that or whatever. And I ended up going back to Chicago. Okay. And so he comes back. He's knocking on my door, and my brother Patrick and my brother Jim was down the street. He lived down the street. But my brother Patrick was there in my house. So he's knocking on the window. He says, I'm like, hey, I'm here to see Denise. Then some motherfucking punk ass nigga from upstairs that tried to hit on me or whatever. I thought he had a chance. No, wasn't my type, but you know, whatever. He did what he did. But anyway, never got nothing, none of that. But anyway, so this is so cute. He told me when I'm coming back from Chicago, because I told my mom, I said, Mom, I got to get back to Chicago because my friend finna come and see me, right? She was like, what friend? And my mama she had to do the whole third degree. She was like, what friend? And who is this and how to do, right? And I told her, she was like, no, you need to go ahead on and lay your behind down somewhere because you staying here until tomorrow. I said, Mom, but I got to get back because my friend, he said the guy I met on the train because, me and my mom was like 98 deuce. I could tell her anything or whatever because, she had my back since I was like, yeah. But anyway, she's like, nope, not tonight. If he wants you, he gonna wait for you. And that's what she said. Mama say, she'll tell you that today. If he wants you, he gonna wait for you. And he probably ain't nothing no way. Anyway, so so I ends up laying down, sleeping at my mama's house, getting up, going to catch the train the next day, going back home, calling my brother, telling him because he had my car, because I had a car ride. I said, well, brother, can you pick me up at the train station, right? And so I think he picked me up that day. Guys, I'm 58 years old now. I'm trying to remember all this story. But I think he picked me up, and then I pulled. Yeah, he did pick me up. No, I called the cab because I couldn't get in touch with him. So I calls the cab, pulls up in front of in my driveway, right? And I guess out in the corner house and I see him sitting on the couch. I'm like, who, my fine baby was sitting there waiting on me. Mm-mm. Proud as he wanted to be. Anyway, but anyway, so me and the kids, we get out, we go in the house. Oh, mm, 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 mm. So I just walked past him and walked to the back. Then my brother, he came down with my car after I couldn't get picked up at the station right with on my own car. And he comes and he's like, who was that? Anyway, we're gonna end the stream now. We're gonna get back up to this later because this is too much. This is a book. Y'all ain't gonna get all this tonight. Love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you'll get some more my video. I love you guys. Don't forget like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because the subscriptions help me to continue to tell my story to you all. That's going to be very interesting, but the subscriptions help me a whole lot, and I really would appreciate it. Good night. And we want to end that stream. Boop, boop.